Hello, a Rosie math teacher coming at you from my first period, grade 7 accelerated math class. Today we're working on lesson 4-1. We're actually going to start with item number 5. Please go to item number 5 if you are at home. In class, we are writing on paper, so we're not distracted by future items. Class, please copy 5.4p plus 13.1 equaling negative 2.6p plus 3.5. I hope you can see what is on my screen. 5.4p plus 13.1 equaling negative 2.6p plus 3.5. Now guys, just yesterday we began to learn this lesson and we found out that before you can solve the two-step equation, you have to remove a variable value from one side and remove that same variable value from the other side. I personally recommend that you always pick the lesser variable. Here's what I've learned in the world of math. If you can avoid working with negative integers, you would like to. Your brain prefers to work with positives. So trust me on this. If we undo the lesser value of p in this equation, you are going to have an easier time solving it. So guys, on your paper, do you think that the lesser value of p is 5.4 or negative 2.6? On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. If you said negative 2.6, how do you immediately know you are correct? Because whatever amount is to the left on a number line is always the lesser amount. And if you had 0 here, wouldn't negative 2.6 be somewhere to the left of 0? And wouldn't positive 5.4 be somewhere to the right of 0? So remember, left is less. Left is less. Now that we've established that we are undoing minus 2.6p, how can we undo minus 2.6p? How do you undo minus? You add. So underneath it, write on your paper, plus 2.6p plus 2.6p. Guys, remember, if you add 2.6p to the right, that side goes kerplunk. And you need to bring the seesaw back into what? Balance. By also adding 2.6p on the left. Nod your head if this is making sense. Okay, thank you. All right, so 5.4 plus 2.6. Feel free to use your handheld calculator or your brain. Raise your hand if you have an amount you would like to share. Yes, ma'am. 8 what? 8p. Don't forget the p. All right, and then don't forget to copy. Plus 13.1. So class, are you writing this out? There is value in writing out your work. Whoa, I was about to tap myself on the head and I threw it back down. Don't just try to solve all of it in here. It is too much of a struggle. You don't win a prize if you only solve it in your brain. There's value in writing it down. On the other side, do I need to do anything with minus 2.6p plus 2.6p? What would you recommend I do if you might accidentally grab those numbers later? What could you do with it? Cross it out. I like to obliterate it so that my brain cannot possibly pick it up and do anything more with it because it does cancel out. All right, but I will copy on the right plus 3.5. I'm going to go ahead and keep that plus sign just so I remember that that value is positive. And actually, no, I'm not going to keep the plus sign. This is my, what do we call this, class? The 3.5. What if I taught you to call this? Starts with T. Total. So in a moment, when we begin to solve our two-step equation that we now have, we will remember, since 3.5 is the total, I'm not going to accidentally call that the constant, am I? Because think about it. If I took away 3.5 from both sides, what amount would I have over here? 0. If I have 0 over here, can I ever solve this? No. So I don't want 0 over there. So never remove your total. All right, let's go to the variable side of the equation. Find the constant, circle the constant. Raise your hand if you can tell me what you circled. Go, sir.
13.1.
You are absolutely right. Positive 13.1. Class, if 13.1 is being added, how do I undo addition? Subtraction. Underneath it, what shall I write? Minus 13.1 equaling, guys, what will I do on the other side of my equation? If over here I remove 13.1, didn't that side go up in the air? And didn't the other side go kerplunk? How can I bring it back into balance? What must I do over here? Subtract what? Excellent. Please write minus 13.1. Now guys, when you are solving this, I'm going to tell you, I know what your brain keeps doing, and you're getting a wrong amount sometimes. Your brain goes, oh, I should do 13.1 minus 3.5. Am I right? Am I right? I'll bet you do. Do it in the order it is given. So in that handheld calculator, please tap 3.5. Take away 13.1. Please raise your hand when you have an amount. Yes, sir.
Negative 9.6.
Love your answer. Negative 9.6. Wave if you agree with negative 9.6. We are going to write everything down. So please be sure you are still following along and you're writing it down. Now, class, does it make sense that this is a negative amount? Yes. Why? Because we began with an amount that was what? Smaller, lesser, right? When you have a lesser amount and you subtract a larger amount, where will you always end up? In negative land, yes. All right, now, what is the only part from the left that I need to recopy? Say it now. AP. Thank you for your excellent participation. I recommend obliterating the items that cancel out. Now I am left with just, let me put a big red box around this, 8p equaling negative 9.6. What will I circle now? Do not circle the total. Circle the variable with the coefficient. It is AP. What is happening currently to P? It is being what by the 8? Multiplied. How do I undo multiply? Divide by what? 8. Excellent. Do I need to do that on both sides? Yes, because when I do 8 divided by 8, as soon as I divide by, that side becomes what? Less, and the other side goes down. How can I bring it back into balance? Also do what over here? Divide by 8. You got it. All right, now this is the last part where I do want you to write your own. I don't want anyone to say this answer out loud. Use your own calculator. And of course, what would cancel out on the left? 8 over 8, leaving me with just P equaling. Now I will ask you this. When you tap negative 9.6 divided by 8, will your final answer be positive or negative? Say it. Negative. Please don't say the amount, but make sure you write it down. And guys, you should have labeled this number 5 on your scratch paper. So in a moment when we open up your online homework, can you immediately go to number 5 and type in this answer? That is your goal today, in a moment. All right, now that we have finished item number 5, I want to show you item number 4, and I have amazing news for you guys. Now, you could solve this keeping everything as fractions, but who would love a way where you don't have to use fractions in the final steps? Would you agree your brain also slightly freaks out over fractions? Just slightly. Yes, a lot of kids do. They see fractions and they get frightened. Frightening fractions, frightening fractions. Don't let them frighten you. Boy, do I have news for you. Okay, so before we do anything else, please copy what you see. So go ahead and copy 2/3 y plus 1 equaling 1, sorry, almost wrote 1 and 1/6, 1/6 y plus 8. This is what they have given you. I'm going to show you an easier way. You have to work with fractions a tiny bit, but not much. Look at the denominators. What denominators do you see? Read the first one. 3. Read the second one. Which is a bigger number when it's a whole number? 6. Grab that bigger number and make that, use it as distributive property to help you get rid of the fractions. Just sit tight. Here we go. So please write 6. Then in parentheses, I want you to write 2/3 y plus 1. Go ahead. Equaling, now, here's a mathematical rule. It's the multiplication rule. If you multiply two amounts by a same number, your y value will still come to the same answer. Do you get what I'm saying? It's kind of like if I were multiplying, let's say I were multiplying 2 times 3y, right? And let's say that equaled, I don't know, 60. If I multiplied both of these and this by the same amount, let's say I multiplied them both by 3. So if I did 3 sets of 2 times, I'm sorry, that should say plus, 2 plus 3y, and then if I did times 3 over here, I am still going to get the same value of y. Watch. 3 times 2 is, don't write this down, this is just to show you how this works. 3 times 2 is what? 6. 3 times 3y is 9y. Now let's look at the other side. 60 times 3 equals 180. Okay, I would subtract 6 from both sides. That would give me 170 what? 174 over here. I would scribble that out. I would divide both sides by 9. Divide by 9. Somebody do that on your calculator, please, and tell me what you get for y equaling what? It's okay if it's a decimal. Yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you. So that would be 19 1/3, wouldn't it? Now watch what happens when I solve the original without multiplying everything by 3. Let me go back and solve that. So we would have 2 plus 3y equaling 60. What would I subtract on both sides? 2. What does 60 take away 2? 58. That cancels out. We've got 3y equals 58. What would I divide both sides by? 3. Somebody use your calculator. Do 58 divided by 3. What do you get? 19 1/3. Class, do you now see the evidence that if I multiply both sides of an equation by the same number, I will still find the same value for the variable? Are you following? Okay. Now the reason you want to know how to do this with fractions is just because it's going to make your computing life easier. So if you grab the denominator that out in the real world is the bigger number as a whole number, and put that in front of each piece in parentheses. So 6 sets of what? What am I going to copy in parentheses? 16y plus 8. So what am I multiplying both sides by? 6. Since I am multiplying both sides by 6, will I end up finding the correct value for y? Yes. All right. So the only part where you need to use the calculator, class, I want you to use your handheld right now and do 6 times 2/3. 6 times 2/3. Now, I'll also give you a shortcut mentally. You could just do 6 times 2 is 12, and 1 times 3 would have been 3, so 12 over 3 equals, say it, 4. How many of you got 4? Wave at me. Excellent. You should have gotten 4. Do I keep the y with it? Yes. Now please multiply 6 times 1. I hope you can do that mentally. What is the amount? It is 6. So please write plus 6 equaling. All right, next item. Now I'm multiplying 6 times 1 6y. Guys, pretty easy. If you have 6 pieces that are each worth 1/6 of the apple pie, how many apple pies do you have? Okay, let's multiply. 6 times 1 is 6. It would have been over 1. 1 times 6 is 6. And 6 over 6 is worth 1. Now, just because your brain loves to see the numbers, go ahead and write 1y, please. 1y. What shall I now multiply? Say it. 6 times 8, which would equal 48. So please write plus 48. Now we are ready to use the 3 steps we are using in today's lesson. First step, undo the lesser value variable. So class, first of all, what 2 choices do I have? I am looking at 4y, I am looking at 1y. Really tough question. Which one is worth less? 1y. So please circle your 1y. Now, in order to undo it, you've got to look in front of it, never after it, in front of it. There is no sign. If there is no sign, we know it is a plus. How do I undo plus 1y? Say it. Minus 1y. Please write this on both sides. Minus 1y, minus 1y. Class, I will come around after this video and I will check that you are indeed writing these out. So please make sure you are showing all of your steps. 4y, take away 1y, equaling 3y. And then what shall I copy after that? Please copy plus 6. What do I copy next? Equals. What do I do with the 1y minus 1y so my brain won't get confused? Cancel it, cross it out, obliterate it, all of the above. What is the only amount that I will bring on down? 48. We are now at the 2-step equation. So the next step, look at all the pieces. Now as I circle them, class, I want you to tell me the vocabulary we've learned to use for these pieces. What is this piece called? What have we called it? The total. Good. What is this piece called? The constant. What is this piece called? The variable with a coefficient 3. Thank you. Great job. Please circle the constant that you are going to undo. This is your next step. Undo the constant first. Class, are you ever allowed to undo the variable first? No. You must undo the constant first. Since it was plus 6, it will now be minus 6. Thank you. My few people that are answering. Beautiful. Okay. What I do to the left, I must also do to the right. So minus 6 over there on the right. Hey guys, you can do this mentally. What's 48? Take away 6.
42.
Oh, I love that participation. Thank you. 42. They're waking up now in first period. All right, and then what is the only thing to bring on down? 3y. I'm going to cancel this out so it does not confuse my brain. And now I'm ready for my final step. Go to that variable side. Circle that variable with its number. What is happening from y to 3? Y is being what by 3? How do we undo a multiply? We divide by. Draw this on both sides. Divide by 3. Divide by 3. Guys, what happens to 3 over 3? It cancels out. I keep only my what? Y. And then on your calculator, go ahead and tell me. Now, guys, if they wanted this in fraction form, would I keep what I see here? Is 42 divisible by 3? Try it on your calculator and find out.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. So if they wanted it in fraction form, They shouldn't say that because this will end as a whole number. If they ever say, given fraction form if necessary, would this be necessary? It would not be necessary because when you do 42 divided by 3, you will get a whole number. Does everybody understand how to finish solving this on your own? All right, I think that's enough for today. You guys apply what you learned in this lesson to all the items you have on your homework. Get busy. Bye.